Good morning, everybody. This is your DAX day trade setups for today. So a lot going on. At the moment, we are in a clear downtrend. There's no debate about that. We have a little bit of divergence here between the oscillators and price, which is indicating a potential bottom. Could be setting up a flag, but we'll talk about that now in the lower time frames. That's these this little rally that we've had yesterday. Obviously, coming at the close of the week, we have a massive area of weekly support here, as I've highlighted a couple of times. So this area is still very much in play, and we have a gap here which is still open, and then we have even bigger diversions here on the weekly. Although we are below the moving averages and they are rolling over. So lots going on. If you look at how long we flirted with this area before dropping below it on the weekly, you can see how long that took. And at the moment, just have a look at the faster moving averages here. Look how close they are, and look how long it took price to get close. Basically, only happened there before crossing over, rejecting, and then plummeting. So that is the fear that is in the market at the moment. It's clear as daylight, and then you have the confusion as well. So back to the 8 hour, there are levels that are being tested and there are levels that are definitely giving way, and I don't think I have anything close by to worry about at the moment. I do, sorry. Yeah, that's a fairly strong area there. Right, okay. So we are coming up to overhead resistance here at 15,180, and we have overhead resistance that we have taken out at the moment, which is 15,124, and obviously we've got this weekly support at 15,045. So the minute we start drilling down through the time frames, you're going to see a lot of chaos happening. So first thing from yesterday, so you can see massive pin bar, big indication that buyers are coming in nicely off a level as well. So that is long stop down there. It's 160 point stop loss, grouping of the oscillators, everything just pointing to a bottom, right? Then you see a retest of level, pull back, and then up. So pretty much a range forming. Look at the oscillators heading back to the top. So it is down until it's not. So what you'd be looking for right here is a rejection for a continuation. The only thing that would be worrying you is this pin bar. So drilling down to the hour, you start seeing a potential crossover of the moving averages bring some structure breaks, and it looked like a flag break here. Here's a flag here, break, pull back, retest. But you can see the indice, well, the confusion. You can see how big these bars are here. Then immediately pulled back. So nobody really knows which way to go, and then we're now starting to form another little flag, and that is a bear flag below structure. And then obviously we've got this very strong 15,180 level here, which I would be very cautious of. So looking at firstly hindsight for yesterday, as hindsight is the perfect science. There's no real indication of what's going on. You know, this would have got me interested in some kind of a move. But look at how we gapped down and pulled all the way down here, not quite off 15-minute structure. We came back down to the weekly 15,045. That's to be expected. It really is expected to be volatile when it's like this. So I'm a little bit cautious here. I'm actually very cautious here. We do have non-farm payrolls tomorrow, and we've got a bit of data coming out today which may impact us as well. And then obviously earnings season kicks off next week. So for me at the moment, probably pay attention to 15,124. See, the 15-minute hasn't respected it at all. That would line up with a retest of the 150 break here. Remember, for me, when we break the 150 EMA and we are above it, and we start getting a crossover of all these moving averages, this is an indication that we have a trend reversal, which is also possible. Could be a rounding bottom forming on the 15-minute. but the hour looks like a flag, so 50-50 call again. But this is definitely a level to be paying attention to. And then the second one would be a break and retest of 15,180, as that is a huge weekly level pretty much. And if you look left, you're going to see a lot of 15-minute structure there as well. So I'll be a little bit reluctant to jump in short on the daily right now with this. I'd want breaks below 15,124 at least before I start considering that. And I'd want to see a break and then a retest of that break before jumping in. So alternatively, I would expect some kind of a bounce off here, then a move down here. And it wouldn't surprise me to see us just range in between these two levels today. And it could be a bit of a wider range, but I definitely think you're going to see a range until we get non-farm payrolls, and then the market will try to figure out something from there. But there is merit for a bottom to be called, but there's no confirmation of it. And then there's also merit for a flag to be called for a continuation to the downside. And remember, price action works pretty simply. We come to structure, and you can look at this last week. We came into weekly structure right here, formed a double bottom, then had a rally. Okay, had a rally, got to resistance higher up, formed the top, and then punched through the level that we previously found as support. So that level has broken, and that is this low of last week, which is 15,124. So we've been trying to reject it, now we're back above it. So that is your line in the sand. If we get back below it and we start moving below the current low of the week right now, or even forming closing down here at 15,045, that is a break and retest of structure on the weekly anyway, and it's a continuation to the downside. So your weekly is really giving you the indication that there is still potential downside, but it is also giving you the indication that there's a little bit of a bottom in place, which is very similar to last week. So you can see bottom, and then we rallied and we closed higher, which left us with the weekly tail. So don't be too surprised to see the same here, leaving us with a weekly tail. So it's just indicating that we've got buyers coming in this zone, and the question is whether they're holding on to their buys, or are they just buying what they see as the bottom and then getting out higher up. Okay, so oscillators don't really give you any clue at the moment, apart from the fact that they are separated and up. But if they cross over right now and start rolling over, this is going to be a very interesting resistance area for a continuation down. And if we start getting through this 15,045 on the weekly and close below it, I have a feeling you're going to see a lot more downside to come. So 50-50 call, you'd be wise just to keep your stop losses tight and pay attention to these levels. I wouldn't realign them to the 15 minutes at the moment. If we don't get decent structure off here, there's no trade. Simple as that. If we don't get a decent break and retest of it with a pin bar, inside bars, we want something like this. We don't want something like this or like this, where we're below the level and then back above the level. So we want to be precisely on the level with just the tail, preferably just touching it like that. So just all it indicates is the price tried to break through it and then came back and they closed above it. And then your entry is above that structure stop just below it. So that's what you're looking for. You're not looking for anything else. Okay, anyway, that's it for me today. I hope it helps. And don't forget to hit that like button, and we will catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.